It's good. My knee's good. Still trying to get back. I'm not 100% where I want to be at, but for me, for the most part, I'm where I want to be at to start training camp tomorrow.
What do you need to get better at or need to feel better about at this point, health-wise?
Just the confidence and strength to get back out on the court. The whole summer I wasn't able to do anything until probably August, and then I was just released in to start running and everything, so I haven't been able to really play 5-on-5, do any intense cutting or jumping or anything. So that'll be my main thing, is just, to use training camp to try to build that strength back up in my leg, and hopefully by the first game of the season, I'll be at 100%.
Have you ever had that type of gap in time where you couldn't work out in the offseason?
I've never had surgery or any injury like this that's had me off in the offseason.
How did you handle that? Because you're used to being able to do what you normally do, and you couldn't.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of like a blessing and a curse at the same time. I got to be around my kids more and spend more time with my kids, but the rehab part, I was there 3 days out of the week rehabbing on it. And so, just the drooling intensity of going to rehab for 4 hours every morning, trying to build your strength back and get your explosiveness back, something that you're so used to having, was kind of difficult for me.
What motivated you during the rehab? What motivated you during the rehab? What did you think of him getting back here?
I don't really need motivation to want to be back up to 100%. With me, I've never been injured like that before, and I think my main thing was that I wanted to get back to playing basketball, and that was all the motivation that I needed.
Rondo not going to run for 2 months. It seems like this team sort of does the same thing as the rest. What kind of questions do you
have? There's a lot of questions, to be honest, starting training camp tomorrow. I think we'll figure that out within the first month of training camp and preseason, where we go from there. I think it's a lot of new pieces that we're trying to add into our system. It's a lot of guys that's got a year under their belt that we want to see how they grow. Rondo is Rondo. We all know what we can expect from Rondo, so I think with him missing the first week or two, isn't going to hurt us as bad as it did last year when he was out the first 2-3 months. So I think, we'll still be in the situation that we want to be in heading into the regular season.
Do you see the situation being ahead of
I think so. I think we're way far ahead of how we were last year, because nobody knew what to expect. Everybody was new to everybody in the group of situation. We was new to the coaching staff, new to Brad, trying to understand and figure out, the system that he wanted to run, how he wanted things to go. We got that year on our belt. We made it through that one. Now we know what to expect. We know what to expect tomorrow morning. It's no fearing each other out. I think he has a pretty much good idea of all the players that's around him and how they play and how he can use them. He's had a whole off season to figure that out. So I think we'll be good. We definitely way ahead of the schedule we were last year.
There's a lot of talk in the off season that the Celtics would go out and try to make a big bring in an all-star player or whatever. I don't know, how much did you follow that in the off season?
I don't really follow basketball in the off season. I'm more into baseball. So baseball is my favorite sport. So I don't really know what was going on in the off season.
You get a chance to see Jeter yesterday?
No, I didn't. I chose to lay on my couch and see it, so I didn't go watch it.
How frustrated were you with the Red Sox season this year?
Very frustrated with them. I don't understand how we go from worst to first back to worst. It's kind of difficult, but regardless, I support them, and hopefully we can get this thing turned around for next year.
Gerald, you're kind of the voice of reason last year. You addressed players, you jumped guys, you definitely were vocal about the ups and downs of the season. Will you take that same role this year? Do you anticipate kind of the bumpy road that you experienced?
It's 82 games. It's a long season. It's going to be bumps along the road. I think what separates the good teams from the bad teams is how they handle those bumps. I think that the maturity level that we have here, we had a lot of inconsistency, a lot of concerns last year with guys and their playing roles and their situation out on the court. And you know, how things was going, how the way Brad was running things. You know, well, we're a year older now. Everybody knows the situation that we're in. Everybody knows what they're going to get from Brad. And I think Brad knows what he's going to get from all the players. So I think our main thing now is just being able to put that together as a team. That's to every individual person willing to sacrifice for the team.
Seasoned veterans like yourself, when you get to this point in your careers, you want to be in a position where you're on a contending team. Has that thought crossed your mind as far as wanting to be here, knowing that this team, on paper at least, isn't there yet?
You know what? I like to go out with a championship, but my thing is, you know, I love my teammates. I like being here. You know, the teammates that I have here are fun and exciting, and I think what helps with that is that they're willing to listen. You know, it kind of feels weird for them to come to me asking for advice and, you know, trying to figure out things, but, you know, I enjoy being around them. I'm looking forward to the season starting, and, you know, hopefully we can push forward to improve on what we started last year. I've never won a championship a day in my life, so the gap's already there.
Thank you.